For Boots Riley, activism is a family affair. Boots' parents were involved in SF State's 1968 student strike for ethnic studies. Boots picked up the torch in high school, spending his summers organizing farm workers in the Central Valley and walkouts at his high school in Oakland. He joined the Progressive Labor Party and the International Committee Against Racism, and in 2011, he was the face of the Occupy Oakland movement. Theater is also in Boots' blood. His grandmother ran the Oakland Ensemble Theater for many years, but those plays, at least at the time, seemed like grown-up stuff. It was just a bunch of adults arguing on couches, he said. The theater he liked had a message. During his summers organizing, he and the other activists would put on political skits on the back of flatbed trucks in the tradition of the Teatro Campesino. Looking back, he finds these attempts at comedy to be pretty corny, but at the time he loved how it was a vehicle for radical thought. Spike Lee's 1989 film, Do the Right Thing, showed him that film could be just as powerful. That same year, Boots enrolled in SF State's School of Cinema with the hopes of making his own movies. He'd spend a lot of time behind a Super 8 camera shooting film for class. He found other cinephiles in the Zulu Film Club, a black student group that screened movies once a week in the basement of the Student Center. Life outside the classroom was just as important to Boots. It was 1989, and SF State was a creative scene filled with DIY musicians making music on the fly, because that's what you did if you were a young artist with something to say. Music was a major part of his life, too. The Coup, the hip-hop band he fronted, formed in 1991. The band's sound was heavily influenced by funk, soul, punk, and hip-hop, with lyrics critiquing police brutality and capitalism and lamenting the class struggle. After recording a tape, the band was approached by a record label and offered a $50,000 deal. As a student struggling to afford gas, Boots found the decision was a no-brainer. His band went on to release 7 studio albums and launched several tours. Boots left SF State in his junior year to pursue music full-time. All the while, film was on his mind. He worked closely with the directors on his music videos, creating treatments and sitting in editing rooms. He'd find any chance to build that muscle. Finally, he decided he had a film that needed to be made. In 2010, inspired by a previous job in telemarketing, he sat down to write the screenplay that would become his 2018 debut feature film, Sorry to Bother You. In 2014, he connected with author and publisher Dave Eggers, who loved the script. Eggers published it in McSweeney's Quarterly, and it garnered some buzz. From there, he gained a residency with the San Francisco International Film Festival and then went on to Sundance Labs, where he received guidance from seasoned directors like Jordan Peele. The film, largely a critique of capitalism in the wackiest way possible, received critical praise after it was acquired by Annapurna Pictures and released widely. It won an Independent Spirit Award. Boots' latest project, I'm a Virgo, is a 7-episode series that premiered on Amazon Prime Video in the summer of 2023. The series is a coming-of-age tale about a teenage giant exploring life outside his family's Oakland home. A fantastical anti-capitalist satire, the series received praise from critics for being deeply weird and wonderful. In the face of success, Boots has clung to his convictions. He's someone who always asks, what purpose is my art serving? Over the years, he's received plenty of answers. His music and film have become protest anthems and a rallying cry for workers demanding better treatment, fights that are near and dear to Boots.